Hello everybody, Tom Aspinall here. Now, Joseph Parker dominates Deontay Wilder. What a surprise. Everyone was expecting Deontay Wilder to somehow find a way to get Joseph Parker out of that ring. But no, Joseph Parker proved us all wrong and dominated from round 1 to round 12. Now, we all know that Deontay Wilder isn't the most technical boxer, right? He's not technically very good at all, actually. If he didn't have his power punch, he'd be nowhere near the top 15 in my opinion. But he has that power punch that gets him out of trouble. It doesn't matter how bad he is technically. Somehow, throughout his career, he has found a way to get people out of there with his power punch. Against Joseph Parker, however, we saw something completely different. We saw a power puncher, an experienced power puncher who just couldn't set up his shot, right? We saw someone who didn't manage distance well whatsoever. And what we saw was a fighter who also left it way too late to get his opponent out of the ring. I mean, he left it till the last round to get Joseph Parker out of there. And for me, that's one, Deontay Wilder's fault. As an experienced fighter, he should know, all right, I've got to push a bit here. And two, it's also his coach's fault and whoever came up with that game plan, because it was a terrible game plan. We saw all those things, but what we really saw and what we most evidently saw was a 38-year-old who's come off a very, very taxing trilogy against Tyson Fury, who has lost their edge and whose weaknesses had been exposed in that trilogy that he had just had. And what do I mean by this? Well, we all saw that the weaknesses of Wilder were that he can't fight on the back foot, so if you apply pressure against him, he struggles. And that's what Joseph Parker did from round 1 to round 12. He took the center of the ring and he pushed Deontay Wilder back. He didn't give him any space, any room. And what that does and what that means is that he can't get his power shot off because he needs space to set it up. He needs time to wind up the shot before he throws it. And what Tyson Fury did and what Joseph Parker have done is expose him, because what they do is they apply pressure. It's a very simple game plan when you actually look at it. It's apply pressure, constant pressure, don't give him any room, jab to the head, jab to the body, and then when you're going to throw your flurry of punches, you come right up close. You close the distance very, very quickly and you get tight. And I'm talking a couple of feet away. And that's what Joseph Parker did. He was a couple of feet away, almost within clinching distance. Then he'd throw his combos. He would rip to the body, throw uppercuts, throw overhands as he was coming in, and then throw his hooks to the body. And when you apply constant pressure against Deontay Wilder and he doesn't have time to throw his power punches, he has to rely on his technical ability, which is terrible. And that's how he was exposed in the trilogy, and that's how Joseph Parker beat him as well. A massive well done to Joseph Parker's team. I think that the game plan was solid. It was actually perfect. You can see that Joseph Parker consulted with Tyson Fury because of the trilogy and he knows how to beat Deontay, so why wouldn't you ask the guy that's beaten Deontay twice or 3 times? They knocked out of the park. They were brilliant. And Joseph Parker's still young. I think he's 31, so maybe this is the fight he needed to step up a level, you know, and to head towards maybe fighting Zhang or going for some belts himself in the future. This is the right direction for Joseph Parker. Deontay Wilder, at the end of the fight, was talking about that he's done ayahuasca and he's found peace in his life and, you know, that he's happy. And I'm not hating on that, by the way. That's an amazing thing. I think some people look for that their whole life and never find it. So for the guy to have found peace is a wonderful thing, and I'm very happy for him. When fighters do start talking about being happy, being comfortable, and they lose that edge, they lose that ego that they had before, it's usually time to call it a day. And I think for me, I'm not going to tell a man to retire, that's not my job, but if I was Deontay Wilder's manager, I would be telling him to retire because he's done everything he's needed to do. His story is definitely one that inspires many. It's a beautiful story when you look at it. And I'm not saying that him retiring is a bad thing. He can support his family with the money he's earned from the trilogy and from all the other fights, and I think now it's time for him to move on, in my opinion. But if he wants to fight, keep fighting. You know, it's not my place to tell him to fight. But anyway, were you surprised by the result? Did you expect Deontay Wilder to win? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for all the views we got on the last video. It was really surprising. I didn't open my YouTube studio which is where you see all your views. I didn't open it until about a day ago, and then I saw that we were on 2,500 views on the last video. So thank you so much for the views and the likes. I'm trying to deal with this cat at the same time, so it's quite hard. All right, buddy, calm down. Please don't meow. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.